Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got 5 more really cool knives to share with you guys. Seriously, the knives on today's list are so cool. I can't wait to tell you about them. They are all available, at least they were when I checked right before I started recording. I'm gonna make sure that they are linked right down below so that you guys can check them out if you want to. It does help my channel when you use my link, so I would greatly appreciate it, but that is entirely up to you. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. These knives are in no particular order, and there is no specific criteria. Basically, I just think they're cool, and I hope you will too. Starting off here, a knife that many people are familiar with, but you might not have seen this one. This is the CIVI Praxis in gold shred carbon fiber. Wow, seriously, this is awesome. Now, I know you're thinking, well, okay, but that's great, but here's the problem. You're looking at a budget knife platform and a non-budget knife price, right? Actually, this is gold shred carbon fiber, and it's got like a polished epoxy on it. Really, really nice. And then we have 9CR 18 MOV steel, and then the classic CIVI Praxis profile here, which is excellent. The Praxis is basically an evergreen knife. This comes in at $70, making it still a budget knife. It is very flashy, and you have to kind of like the flashy thing, but I pulled this out and I was like, yeah, this is cool, but that's exactly what I thought. I thought they're gonna charge, CIVI's gonna charge like $100 for this. Nope, $70. You know, I can't really argue with that. I think this is awesome. You can also get it in a copper shred if you don't like the gold, right? But yeah, really cool. Nice price on this guy. Moving on here, one that is a little bit more expensive, but a little bit more, in fact, a lot more unique. This is the Arkona Jerry, and I'm not sure if I have actually shared this knife on a 5 Cool Knives episode before, but this is definitely cool. Well, it looks like camo here, if you're not, familiar with this, is actually Raphir Noble and Wasp SFX uranium, which it's got a special, an extra effect to it. You could probably guess. But if you can't guess, don't worry, because I'm going to show it off here. Let me get a little bit more powerful flashlight. 3, 4, there we go. So this stuff actually glows, and it glows pretty intensely on both sides of the scales, actually. So let's go ahead and turn that off and give you guys a look here. Woo, baby! Look at that. That's awesome. This stuff is really cool. Where's my light? There it is. Okay, so we have this material, which is plenty durable. Titanium liners. That's right, titanium liners. And we have S35VN on a super duper thin blade. This thing is ridiculously lightweight. The ratios on this thing are amazing, and honestly, that's what makes this knife for me. Let me give you guys an overall measurement here real quick. We have 8 inches of knife. That's right. And then we have 3.5 inches of blade and about 3.4 inches of cutting edge. Now, wait for it. Let's do the weight. Let's find out what this thing actually weighs. With 3.5 inches of blade, the thing comes in at 2.82 ounces. This is ridiculous. If you want to maximize the amount of cutting edge in your pocket, the amount of usable functional tool in your pocket, and you want to minimize the weight, this is legendary. Yeah, I love how much titanium they've got on this thing. Nice milled pocket clip, right? Really, really nice. I also like the style of it. I love that it glows in the dark. Access to the liner lock is really, really good. Ease of manipulation. Honestly, this is a front flipper, so you're gonna, if you're not used to front flippers, you're gonna have to adapt to it. But this is a really, really easy one to adapt to. Really good, nice ergonomics, great cutting profile, great ergonomic profile, all that. These things come in at $185, and honestly, for what you're getting here, I don't have a problem with that price at all. I think this is extremely competitive, and it is definitely deserving of, being on this list, which, it just has to be cool, right? Absolutely. Moving on here, one that I think is supremely underrated right now. I don't even know if people are aware that this exists. This is the Kaiser Escort, the Kaiser Pinkerton Escort with the bar lock. This guy is hard coat anodized, type 3 hard coat anodized aluminum. We have a CPM 20 CV blade with a nice fuller in it. Nice tumbled finish from Kaiser. The original, you guys might remember the Kaiser Pinkerton Escort from a while ago that was just a titanium frame lock. I think this is a substantially better version. There's no flipper tab. It's a bar lock with these Kaiser bar locks, which are essentially, they're axis locks, but the patent has ended on the axis lock. So Kaiser is free to use this. This is one of those adjustable axis locks as well. So if we take a look at the inside, you can actually take this thing apart and adjust. Can we see right there, those little dots right there? And you can see that little thing peeking out if I can turn this exactly right. I don't know. I did it when I reviewed it. There it is. You can see those little dots right there. You can see that little head poking through is actually in the position that would make the tension the highest. You can move it back. You have 5 different positioning options there to decrease the tension or increase the tension to your liking. Furthermore, if you break these Omega springs, which, people have reported Omega springs sometimes don't last very long, they send you an extra set right there in the box, which is pretty cool. This thing comes in at a spectacular $145. This is very similar to the size of like the Ritter Hogue. It's just less expensive, right? But it's still doing its own thing. The aluminum feels good. Ergonomics are great. Pocket clip is okay, right? But just the function of that bar lock is what Kaiser's calling it is great. You can't quite get in there and use the filler or the fuller. I keep saying fuller tab. Fuller to deploy the blade, but that's okay. The thumb studs work perfectly. This is an excellent knife. These are, and that was the sale price I saw on Blade HQ at the time of this video, was $145. Honestly, even if this was a little bit more, it really wouldn't bother me. This is a sweet knife. Moving on here. One that when I unboxed this, I was so surprised. And just wait for it. This is the Kaiser chili pepper, and this is a Swags design. If you guys are familiar with Swags, it looks, I think it's kind of obvious why they're calling it the chili pepper. It looks like a chili pepper. In this case, we have kind of a dark forest green aluminum, which is really nice. This is a front flipper in combination with a thumb stud deployer. I'm missing it there, sorry. You can easily do, like, despite my bad example, you can easily do like the reverse flick. Makes for a great button lock. Exactly what you want, right? Here's the surprising element. It's in 3V. What the heck? That was really surprising. Oh, okay, that's cool. 3V button lock from Kaiser. That's random. Wow. Now, I don't know if it's perfectly accentuated with this size and dimension of blade. I use 3V all the time in my Demco 80 20.5, and I love it. I think it makes for an excellent EDC steel as long as you keep it clean. If you live in, on, or near the ocean, probably not. But I live in Kansas, and 3V is pretty nice out here. Very tough, holds a reasonable edge. Actually, the Demco 80 20.5 that I have held a way better edge after I sharpened it once, which I think is the case with a lot of compositions, right? But wow, yeah. This is pretty excellent. Very, very cool. You guys will see a review on this knife coming up. Same with the Pinkerton and actually everything on this list. And finally, in my opinion, far and away the coolest knife on this list, and a knife that we have talked about many times, a knife that has actually made this list before, but this is a different one. This is a special one. This is the CJRB Pyrite in titanium and micarta, S35EN steel. I'm sure that you have noticed one additional element of this thing. Look at that freaking polish. Holy crap. CJRB, number one, bringing a premium knife to the table. The Pyrite, if you have not heard me, rant and rave about it, is one of the best button lock designs on the market. And, until recently has been exclusive to the budget territory. A lot of these, you can get the Pyrite in its standard form for like $50. And I think it's excellent. I've got one in steel and AR RPM9. It's a wonderful value. This guy is not a budget knife. This is a much more expensive version, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This polish from Artisan Cutlery and CJRB, the only other time that I have seen it is in their collaboration with Todd Begg, when they did the War Junkie Citadel. And I kept saying over and over again, this is an impressive polish. It's not quite a true mirror, but it takes a lot of extra time and effort to do something like this. This is far and away a higher polish than what we normally get with a belt satin finish or a hand rub satin finish. I think it's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. These guys come in. The only place that I can find them right now is on the Artisan Cutlery website. By the way, this comes with a milled clip as well. And they want $266 for it, which is high. Still competitive though, if we're looking at the materials versus, the other companies releasing this stuff. But I don't think I've seen a polish like this in this territory yet. This is really nice. Now, if you care nothing for the polish on the blade, then you won't see as much value in this. But this is ridiculous. This is gorgeous. I love carrying this thing and using it, and it's just, it really feels like carrying around a knife with a mirror polish blade on it, and it always strikes up a conversation. That's the first thing that people say when I got a lot of buddies in my, actual social circle here in town that like knives, and the first thing that they say is, wow, that is freaking shiny. Really reflective. Very, very cool. Expensive, but very cool. Absolutely the coolest version of the pyrite that I've seen. CJRB, Artisan Cutlery, if you're watching this video, I think these versions that you're doing right now, at least as far as I can tell, they seem to be limited. Please do not limit these. Please make more of them. You need to make as many different types of these titanium and G10 and carbon fiber, and make budget versions, make premium versions. Do as many as you can. This is an awesome knife, and people will appreciate it in various forms at various price points. Absolutely. Let's go back over these again before we end the video. The premium CJRB pyrite in high polished S35VN and titanium with micarta. The Kaiser chili pepper in 3V and aluminum. The Kaiser Pinkerton Escort bar lock in CPM 20 CV and aluminum. Has steel liners, by the way. The Arkona, I always forget, the Jerry, or at least that's how I'm pronouncing it, with the their uranium, the WASP SFX uranium scales and Raffir Noble. And then, of course, we have the evergreen CIVI Praxis with the gold shred carbon fiber and 9CR 18MOV steel. Like I said, these will all be linked right down below so that you guys can check them out if you want to. Really enjoying doing this series. It's nice that you guys are appreciating it too. This is one of my favorite series to do. That's going to be pretty much it today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.